How does classical conditioning impact CBT? Imagine your mind as a map of habits and reactions, shaped by past experiences. Now, think about how some responses seem automatic, like feeling anxious when you see a needle. That's where classical conditioning plays a big role in cognitive behavior therapy. Classical conditioning is a learning process where a neutral stimulus, like a sound or a place, becomes linked to a meaningful event, such as pain or fear. This connection causes a similar response even when the original event isn't happening. It all started with behaviorism, the early psychological approach that focused on observable behaviors and how they are learned through environmental cues. In the context of cognitive behavior therapy, classical conditioning helps explain why certain feelings or reactions are so automatic. For example, if someone has a panic attack in a crowded place, they might start to feel anxious just by being in similar environments later on. The environment becomes a trigger because of the learned association. Therapists use this understanding to help clients change these reactions. One common technique is exposure therapy. This involves gradually and safely exposing someone to the feared stimulus without any negative outcome. Over time, the fear response weakens and eventually disappears. This process is called extinction, and it's based on breaking the link between the stimulus and the response. Counter-conditioning is another method. It involves replacing an unwanted response with a more positive one. For instance, a person afraid of dogs might be taught to relax when they see a dog, replacing fear with calmness. This technique directly applies principles of classical conditioning to help reshape reactions. In addiction treatment, cue exposure therapy is used to help clients face environmental cues linked to substance use. By repeatedly exposing clients to these cues without engaging in the addictive behavior, the conditioned cravings gradually lessen. This reduces the power of triggers that once led to substance use. For young people in Generation Z, who often prefer a mix of cognitive and behavioral approaches, understanding how learned responses work can be very empowering. It shows that reactions aren't fixed but can be changed through structured techniques rooted in classical conditioning. So, in simple terms, classical conditioning impacts cognitive behavior therapy by explaining how automatic responses develop through association. Therapists use this knowledge to design interventions that weaken or eliminate unhelpful reactions, helping clients develop healthier ways to respond to their environment.